Greetings, Frosty Soldiers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens. Episode 97, Pillage the Village. We definitely took a lot of bullets, but I don't think, other than that shot off Pinky, any of them were permanent damage. Just die already, Bowman. Reminds me of the Saving Private Ryan, don't shoot, let 'em burn scene. Oh, good lord, 60 flake? Not enough flake there, friend? Well, my colonists in their infinite genius have decided bleeding everywhere while dining is the way to go, which is a mite bit messy. But raid resolved. Turrets are off. Turrets did their job pretty well. Madsen. Let's have you go. Make sure no one's bleeding. So medical treatment is really only for Madsen, and he's only bruised. Okay, so that's good. Oops. So a little bit of a corpse cleanup, even more than we already had. But we should be recovered for like a raid on the village in like 3 or 4 days. Because most of these injuries aren't too deep or penetrating. I just realized that they've been self-tending, so I'm disabling that. We have burned 200 of 500 uranium. 2/5 of the way there, exactly. We'll just keep it stoked. I think what I might do is allow all the corpses to be hauled to the stockpile. It's more manpower, but I have plenty of manpower, so that should be fine. And Wishbringer's gotten a 91% treatment in a masterwork hospital bed with a vitals monitor. I think he'll be fine. I could also have sheep preach health. Let's see how fast I can recover from this. We're already 20 over 7. Yeah. I think I'll live. Once upon a time, my stockpile here was like completely chock full of stuff, and it's pretty honestly empty now. Taking a look at sicknesses, diseases. So JD is the only one that has an injury other than AR, which won't be cured. Yep. So just waiting on this Biosculptor pod. I'm going to destroy the old Biosculptor pod for material. Not that it's a lot of material. And then our food shortage, I mean, we're not really out of the woods, I would say, with food shortage. We're still, you know, we only have 400 berries, 400 rice, 200 potatoes. Cutting the food with the insect meat is going to be nice, but I do have to be mindful about the food I'm growing. So once this cotton harvest is done, I'll pivot and make sure to grow rice in those spots again so that we can really start to stockpile food. Well, that corpse stockpile is just about at capacity. And once that fire spreads, I'll check to see if there's more corpses yet to be found outside on the map. But I think we probably got most, if not all of it. Alright. There's our pod. Let's only put in raw fungus. The other thing I'm going to need to do is... Oh no, we have plenty of raw fungus. Okay. It's too bad JD lost a finger. He'd be a pretty good shooter for the upcoming village raid. I'm going to do a pleasure cycle into a region cycle. It will save me time. You're right, I do have a lot of flake. I'll probably want to get rid of it. I don't happen to like to drive up my colony wealth with drugs I don't intend to consume. Which is very different than when I'm playing Schedule 1. Alright, there's no dead people on the map tile. Good, we tidied up everyone. Perfect. Now at the moment, because we've been expanding the farm, I don't really have a ton of steel to make transport pods for the return trip home. So that might be something else for me to stockpile to make sure that we can make the return trip without issue or incident. Slate and limestone quantities look pretty good. I don't see any other problems around the base at the moment. We definitely have one heaping behemoth of a base, that's for sure. So we are fast approaching basically what I would say is the middle of the summer. It's not going to get too much warmer than this. And it's 10 a.m. So let's plan a raid. Now I did say that I wanted Fishpick not to go into battle, but without if I don't win this battle, I essentially lose the scenario. because this battle is getting the components I need for some of the last upgrades. So there's really no point in holding back. So in terms of shooters, Axios, Winter, Tannering. I'm going to reorder these. Cardinal, Wishbringer. So I've got 5 of them, my 6 shooters. And Bryze it. And then I'll fix them to separate them in factions afterwards. I'm just segregating now so I can see them more easily. So here's my 6 shooters, and Cardinal probably should switch guns with, like, Fink Face. Oh, yeah, Wishbringer already... what infection? Oh, not that. There you go. Okay. Let's launch. Oh, I can't even see the people at the top. Well, that's not helpful. One second. Gonna have to do some... taking notes for myself. And a reminder as to why we're doing this. In order to upgrade our arc, every upgrade requires something called arc components, which cannot be manufactured. They are broken down from ancient arc parts. So we have to go to this village to seek the arc parts. That would be the TLDR. So Fishpick, Madsen, Axios, Winter, Tannering, and this battle is not like, it's a potentially dangerous one. Cardinal, Wishbringer, and Bryze. And we'll go with 20 meals. And then... 75 steel. Because I'm going to need steel to jump back home. Now, it might be possible to get some steel from them if they have steel in their base, but I don't know what's there until I get there, right? Or actually, you know what? I'm going to bring drugs instead. Knowing my guys, that's going to be more necessary. Ambrosia and tea. That also means no beds. They're going to be roughing it. All right, here we go. And luckily, it's one hop away. And for now, I'm going to be focusing on resupplying them out of one pod. Because it's going to be more resource and fuel efficient to just launch one pod for resupply. I feel bad about having to do this, but I really don't have another option. It's us or them, and we pick us. So there is 22 of them against our 8. Oh, there's a black bear here. Interesting. In hindsight, I should have probably packed more medicine. Oops. Don't arrest them, please. Yeah, this is the village that we tried to spare earlier. Correct. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. If there isn't good cover, make it. I'm also probably going to need to change their food availabilities. No, don't go to sleep. And let's say Axios does opening volley. He's a jogger. And I really only need to piss them off to lure them at me. That's a pretty good opening volley. I would say the brawlers that they have are going to be more problematic than anyone else, because I don't necessarily want my own brawlers to get overwhelmed. So I'll focus fire on the ones that are trying to come close. This is a bit of a slaughter, but I figured it would be, given who we're fighting and tech level differences. And also, combat command helps. So some of them down here took decent cover. I'm going to pivot my northernmost group south, trying to lure them out of their cover down there. And it mostly worked. Ryzet's having a break risk, but apart from that, we're looking good. I only see that they have one dude left. Ouch. They didn't even hurt me. Like, nice try, I guess. Fish pick. Let's have you study the terminal. And despite outnumbering me 22 to 8, they were slaughtered. Now the other thing that we're going to want to do is commandeer their facilities and like recover our morale. And then see how much of this facility can be scrapped to go home. So I think what I'll do is set up a stockpile in here. And set up, so we already have 4 beds, so set up 8 beds. So that people are at least sleeping inside. I know they're seeing a lot of corpses. Just the way it gotta be. Alright, quest completed. We had scanned it. No, Fishpix and... Oh, no, he needs rest. I think all of them need rest. Because somehow or another it's 1 in the morning. Oh, hello. So I'll give them the rest that they need, and then in the morning I'll break stuff down. Julian, thank you for the resub. I don't think I need campfires because it's not cold enough. Everyone should be able to survive just fine without it. So how are we doing back here? Things are going fine, I think. Yeah. Well, all things considered, that raid went well. Very one-sided. So the plan is, we are going to need to pod at least chem fuel to get back home. But how much chem fuel, I don't really know. I think, one launch was 126 chem fuel. So we'll need that times 4, plus any extra if there's stuff to pod home. So something like just shy of 500 chem fuel to get back, which I only have 330 in the base. So doing the math, I'm gonna need to refine some chem fuel. Chem fuel from fungus is 1 route that we can take. And what I would need to do for that is to haul the chem fuel, or haul the fungus out of here. And put it next to the refinery shelf. And oh, where are you going with that? This is a preferred stockpile. Nice try, but that doesn't belong there. Why are you putting it anywhere but... Oh, you know what? Because it's not allowed there. Because I'm an idiot. Let's try this again. Alright, so Face is already starting to refine some chem fuel for us. And then once these guys are up and at 'em, I will... So the people that are here are going to be given anti-meals. So they can eat the package of survival meals that we brought. I know that there is, there's pemmican everywhere, but I'm choosing not to eat it. I mean, there's not a lot of food sources in the world, and one could assume that pemmican is made of people. Soylent pemmican. Alright, how many components do we have so far? 1? Oh, Jesus. Fishpick drinking on the job. Alright, there's 2. Not a lot of components in this facility, unfortunately. So I think we got a total of 3. It's not great, but it could be worse. Seems to me like we might have the steel and components for the pods to get home. We just don't have the chem fuel. And my lazy colonists are, like, lazing about rather than refining chem fuel. So I'm going to have to, like, prompt them to do their job. How many art components that we need? I need 4 total. I have, with what we just got, I have 5. So it is enough, in other words. I didn't... So I only want to send 1 pod of relief here of chem fuel for them to return. So I'm hoping that they don't go crazy in the meantime. I'll have them drop some, like, food on the ground and some tea so that they can recreate. And once we have enough chem fuel, I'll send it all in one batch. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up a horseshoe pin and a chest table for them. Oh, there is a chest table. Then stools for them. Give them a little bit of recreation. I don't know how you play 3-player chess, but it's 3D chess now. I'm also going to zone them to stay away from corpses, if possible, because I'm sure that's part of the equation of being upset. And I'm going to leave the black bear alone. I'm saying I acknowledge that it exists, and I won't be messing with it. So given that JD is going to need another biocycle, I think what I'm going to do is hold off until I have more Nutrifungus. I'm not worried about that. Oh, good. Fungus is being harvested. Never mind. I think we'll be alright. And actually, this last batch of chem fuel should put us into the return trip home. Quantity. $505? I think that is 1 chem fuel to spare. Hope my math is right. Send it. Because if it isn't, we'll have an error 404 about the 505. So, fuel targets here. We'll refuel to 126. And actually, yeah, you can load Nutrifungus, that's fine. Alright, let's see if this works. The moodiest, Bryzit and Madsen, I'm gonna go home first. Bring the art components, the herbal meds. And that's it. Cool. Alright, next pod. Wish and Cardinal. Basically, the stalwarts do not weather the weather well. The other thing is, bringing these bedrolls home would not be a bad idea. They're made of cloth, and I can use the cloth. The batteries, if you're wondering, are a bit too heavy, though. So the batteries are not a reasonable thing to return home with. But the bedrolls are. Batteries weigh 10 times more than the bedrolls. Oh, there was a hoopstone ring over here. You guys really going to sleep? Do you not want to come home? Aren't there components in the batteries? Yes, I could take them apart for the components. And components are pretty weight light. Sorry, words. Brain. Same excuse as always. Alright, next is... Sorry, I'm uninstalling these bedrolls. I actually, probably breaking down the bedrolls into cotton is going to be more weight efficient, I'd imagine, than the bedrolls themselves, because the bedrolls themselves is, it's only 2.5 kilograms. I think it's fine. Because, yeah, we can bring 5 of the bedrolls with us. Well, I would say that this trip was an overwhelming success. It went really exceptionally well. No one got hurt, and the return trip was actually pretty smooth. And then we also ended up with a bit of extra cotton as a result, which is never a bad thing. Alright, JD, you are going to go for a regen cycle. Let's get that finger back. And then once Fish picks up, I'll destroy the last of the stuff that's here and pack up, because we have only 2 days until they retaliate. And I don't want to be sticking around for that if I can help it. So, last to pack. Chem fuel components. Alright. There. Couldn't even take the bedrolls. It's fine. Done. Alright, current priority is make radiation, protection, and upgrade arc. Sounds simple, but it really ain't. Oh, so much Nutrifungus. Love it. If you're wondering about the temperature of the farm, this farm is now like 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. It's like perfect temperature. So there's no issues there. My uranium supply is doing just fine. We have burned almost half of the uranium we need to upgrade the nuclear arc to the next advanced shielded arc. And Wishbringer is doing his damnedest trying to keep up with the tailoring demands. There's a lot of weight on his specific shoulders. We could have Madsen or Rogi start to tailor it, but I think it's probably best to just keep him very safe from here on out and to amass the clothing that we need to succeed. So it looks like we've got quite quite a lot of the cloth needed already. So here's the plan. The ranged winter... So all the all of the clothing that we have right now, I'm not going to include the new line stuff in it, because I don't want them wearing it until it's absolutely necessary. The reason is I don't want it to wear out until it's absolutely necessary. Another reason why I used the default veil is in the portraits mod we'll actually see it. If I used a custom one, it would not be seen as easily. So there was a functional reason for that. Okay, so no one should be putting those masks on. Meals are set back, correct? Perfect. Which means I am going to make radiation masks until we have 15 made of cloth and only cloth. Only allowed ingredients cloth. And only non-tattered ones. The masks themselves are the easiest to amass. They're the cheapest. And they don't have negative movement speed modifiers. So we'll start with that and then work our way to the other articles of clothing, which will require steel and plasteel, making the other articles of clothing even more expensive. But just to show you the... oh, that's not what I wanted to make. I think in order to speed them up, I am going to create a temporary dump clothing here stockpile. Oh, let's see. Because I don't want him to do so much running. So when we make a parka, we take it to stockpile temp clothing. So he just drops it there rather than runs it all over. Same with tribal wear. Same with toque. And same with the radiation mask. So I'll show you what a radiation mask looks like, but then I'm going to take it off. So here, as you can see, because I used a vanilla war veil, it has like an icon. I know that biotech adds in like a face mask, but this mod, this run doesn't use biotech, so I had to use the war veil instead. But if you didn't know, the war veils, the vanilla war veil, and obviously I patched it to rename it as a radiation mask, but the vanilla war veil, if you have biotech enabled, does actually provide 35% toxic resistance. If you didn't know that already. So all I did to the war veil really was like change its name, more or less. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Frostwardens.